Every day, all around the world, people are saying things to each other in their own language. General conversations are taking place. These conversations can take on many forms, from general chit-chat and small talk, right up to conversations concerning important issues and deep subjects. Some of these conversations will be in the form of advice, exchanged between one person and another. Advice is normally given as a way of offering help and support to one person or many people. Advice is normally given as a way of supporting or encouraging another person. One person gives advice to another. We can describe advice as information given so as to assist or help someone. Whilst this is often seen as an action done through the feeling of care and responsibility, it is possible to give advice where none is needed. Another problem with giving advice is the ease in which it can be offered. It is easy to give out advice. However, sometimes the advice given might be hard to follow or carry out. The person receiving the advice might feel belittled or patronized in some way. That person might reply by saying, "It's easy for you to say that, but it's not as simple as that." For example, you might give advice to someone about setting up a business. This advice is given sincerely. However, in reality, that advice is not easy to carry out. Sometimes it is very easy to give advice to others without thinking of the things involved in putting that advice into practical use. It is also possible to state the obvious when giving advice. Sometimes the advice given is nothing new or original. An obvious suggestion or advice given that in reality would never work can leave the person seeking advice feeling empty and humiliated. Of course, offering help and support through the action of giving advice is a noble thing to do. However, sometimes it is possible to make things more difficult by offering bad advice. When seeking advice, it is always a good idea to ask more than one person for their opinion. You might have to seek a second opinion so as to make sure the advice given is good. Sometimes it is necessary to seek professional advice when entering into a certain type of agreement or contract. The most common type of advice sought often concerns a point of law. It may be necessary to consult a solicitor for advice before pursuing something that may later create problems. So, as you can see, there are many ways of giving and receiving advice. It is always good to be willing to give help and advice when it is needed, just as it is good to be able to seek help and advice. You might describe it as part of the many aspects of human behaviour.